How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's so cool to have you here.
It's so cool to be here. I'm in awe.
I'm in awe. Why are you
You
in
guys
awe?
have figured out how to do the new entertainment industry.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We were
Yeah.
actually having this conversation. You figured out how to do this like outside of the old school cigar chomper dudes that were you know what I'm saying? They were holding this industry down for years, and you're just out here freeballing it,
Freeballing.
just do whatever it takes. I love it.
Well, you know, it's funny. For my first viral video ever, I was in grad school at Rice University. I have a degree in vocal performance.
I heard this too.
Yep. I was an opera singer for 10 years, and all I had was a stale marshmallow and a mug. Because Rice University, we shut down first because the first case of COVID was at Rice. Yeah, a professor took his doctoral candidates to Egypt. They came back. They contracted COVID. We shut down before anything else did. And so all I had was on March 3rd, 2020, I downloaded TikTok. And, you know, a couple of weeks later, I had a stale marshmallow in my apartment and a mug. And I said, if this goes in, I'll get a tattoo of SpongeBob. Bounces on the ground, bounce in the cup. Tattoo of SpongeBob. First viral video.
God, that is brilliant.
And it's like, but nobody can do what you do, Edwin.
No,
nobody can
it's
do what
not
you
true.
do.
No, you can.
You're a singer. Nobody's got pipes like you. Every voice is
You
unique.
have pipes like me. You have a degree in pipes like mine. Like you sneezed earlier. Yeah, It's so. Let's dispel the myths here, because the fact of the matter is, while I do acknowledge that I'm a pretty good singer, I'm a pretty good songwriter, what we had more than anything was timing.
Mhm.
Like the Malcolm Gladwell has this book called Outliers
Yeah.
that highlights the intangible importance of timing.
Absolutely.
And now that's not to say I didn't hustle my ass off. I mean, I was hustling. You know, I used to get up at 8:00 in the morning and start blowing up program directors' phones, and I would just call it. Oh, I'd call all over the country. I had a spiral notebook, and I had all the program directors. Last time we talked, what we talked about, whether they were leaning towards adding my record or not. You know, I have plus, minus, maybe, that kind of thing. And I would just I just start blowing them up. And I my argument with them was like, look, I'm not going to stop calling. So you're just we're either going to be friends or we're going to be friends and you added my record. But you're stuck. Mm-hmm. Either way, you're getting the call. I'm calling.
But you know what I appreciate about you, all right? And this is the first time, by the way, we're rolling everywhere, right? Perfect. What I love just right off the bat is like we didn't even meet before this. This is the first time I'm doing an interview, just like raw dogging it.
It's the way it should be.
No, but I love that you're not saying networking, and you know how hard that is to find these days. You said we're going to be friends, and I thought that's what you wanted, and that or we're not, but you said we're either going to be friends or we're going to be friends and you sign my record. And I really respect that about you so much, dude.
Listen, the only currency in this lifetime is the friendships you make. And Rod will tell you this because, like, I was a fan of his on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then we got to be friends, and now we're friends.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, the money comes and goes.
But it's not even about money. People just want to use and use and use and milk you for all you're worth and then toss you aside. That's what Hollywood is. They just toss you right aside as soon as you're no longer useful. And that's why I'm saying it, because we're on Hollywood Boulevard. The Walk of Fame is literally right below us.
We're in the epicenter of that.
And you're talking about friendship, and I already love you. So
as a perfect aside to what you're saying, last night, my friend Bernie came to my gig. She retired from Atlantic 20 years ago, but we worked together back in the day, and she and I are still friends. All the people that I worked with at Atlantic, I mean, to a man, we're all friends because that was my directive when I got in there, because my thought was, whatever's going to happen here is going to happen, but I'm definitely walking out of here with life lifelong friends. And Jason Flom, to this day, like, we don't do any music business together, but we still work together on the Innocence Project. And I mean, how much better is that, right? Yeah. So it's possible in this business to maintain friendships. The trick is that you can't let the financial ups and downs be attached to that emotion.
Absolutely.
Right. You just gotta, because and I think one of the things, there was a guy that worked at Atlantic, this guy named Lou Sicarezza, and Lou was famous for how creatively he could cuss you out on the phone. He would call me and be screaming about something. I'd be like, kiss my ass, Lou. I don't want to hear it from you. Click. And then, I'd see him later and be like, good job, kid. The more you gave it back, they like, and then you started to understand that, especially in this business, like, even if you did have a genuine disagreement, it never went too far. Yeah. Especially if it was about the business. It was about the stupid business we're in. Whatever. You can scream at each other all day. It means nothing.
Absolutely. Well, I want to get into the nitty gritty of everything. And what I mean by that is, how did your entire journey of music actually begin? Like, how old were you when you picked up your first instrument, or was it singing?
Well, it was singing, and this is funny because I didn't realize this. So I've always trended towards sad songs, like the melancholy, and I've always wondered why, because it's not the stuff I listen to, right? And I just like, why do I always like sad songs? And then my father showed me this Super 8 movie of me standing in a crib, and he's teaching me how to sing Puff the Magic Dragon, arguably the saddest song ever written in the history of man. And so I was like, oh, well, there it is. There it is. I imprinted on Puff the Magic Dragon, the saddest song ever. And I'm standing in a crib 2 years old just singing Puff the Magic Dragon. And it's hilarious. So, of course, that's why I like those songs. But it started out singing. But my big problem was I couldn't read. I was so dyslexic. Oh. And, yeah, everything was upside down and backwards, and I couldn't write. Yeah. And so elementary school sucked so bad. I mean, dude, and it's, I mean, I can laugh about it now, but what's so funny about it is I had a friend of mine. He was so upset. He came to me later in life. I was in my 20s, and this is like while we were successful with music, and we were hanging out, and he was like, you could tell, so it was weighing on him, and he was like, yes, man, I just have to talk to you. I have to tell you something. I've felt guilty about something my whole life, because we knew each other when we were kids in elementary school. We rode carpool together, and he's like, my mother told us you were retarded. And we all thought that you were mentally handicapped the whole time. And he's like telling me this. And I was just like, first of all, you can't really use that word anymore. But secondly, you waited until now to tell me this. Like, you know how funny this is? Are you kidding me? He goes, yeah, my mother told us, like, you had some kind of
no, I can't read.
No,
it's different.
Just dyslexic and ADHD, and they didn't know what that was.
Well, ADHD is a superpower. People don't really talk about that enough today.
Not even close. They didn't, like, and that's the thing. Like, nobody has and that's what's so amazing about TikTok, because all the ADHD people have showed up en masse to TikTok, and they're either there or they're playing lacrosse. They're all playing lacrosse, the entire sport.
Where lacrosse just come from,
dude?
That's so random.
No, it's not either. Have you been around lacrosse?
No.
Okay. Go to a lacrosse game.
Can we go? You want to go to
100%?
We'll be like the three people in the audience.
Any lacrosse,
you, me, and then my cheeseburger.
Any lacrosse game is fully populated with ADHD people, all the way down to the referees, all the way down. I'm not shitting you. When my
Did you play lacrosse?
No, my sons played lacrosse, and I'm telling you, we were playing in the school league, and then the outside travel leagues. We were leaving our house to go to another city to play in a tournament, not knowing where the tournament is or when the games start. Oh, we'll get that information to you, but just start driving towards Charlotte. We would literally be halfway to a city when the email with the information would show up, and somehow, all these little ADHD people would show up, and referees would show up, and a game would happen. I'm telling you, anybody that's involved with lacrosse, like, no one's gonna contradict me on this.
You know what? I'm thinking back to like high school days. I had a traumatic brain injury when I was like 12. So like 12 to 16, barely remember that. Like hard drive, gone.
My wife did.
She did too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so you know.
I understand.
So you know.
Did you have to write down everything you did the day before?
Yeah. Dude, I don't even remember. I'll tell my girlfriend, her name is Anna. I'll be like, hey, baby, did I brush my teeth yet? She's like, 6 times so far tonight, honey. I'll be like, oh, good. But in high school, yeah, I had this friend. His name was also Nathan. And yeah, now that I think about it, definitely ADHD.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of them. 100%.
But you never played lacrosse.
No, they didn't. It wasn't a thing.
Ass.
Oh, I'm so mad. So this is the worst part about it. So I was an habitual pine rider. Like I wasn't big enough to play, but I was on all the teams, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so I have 2 sons that are actually big enough and good enough to play, but one of them just doesn't really care that much about it, and one of them kind of already had his run. He went to a state championship, and he's kind of done with it. Okay. And I have to suppress the great Santini within me because I'm like, do you have any idea you could be out there playing a sport? I don't care if it's D2. You could be playing college sports. You know?
Is there a dream life for you, Edwin, where you're just like a phenomenal lacrosse player? Where you
know what's sad? I still have high school football dreams. Do you? Because I didn't get to play my senior year because I ripped a tendon off my finger. And I still have these dreams where I get to go back and play high school football. But the best part about the dream is I'm as big as I'm me now. Right. And I'm just out there like wrecking high school kids. It's my favorite recurring dream. And it's like, you know, of course I'm good, which in my dream, which is not true in real life. But it is so fun. I'm one of those like wished I could have been guys. And
you're literally like such a phenomenal musician. He's like, I wish I could have been a football player.
No, and that's the thing. I miss that part. I wish I.
How many mega platinum? What's after platinum? What did you get on your record?
No, you know it's funny.
I'm just saying, like, what did you get on your record? It was multi-platinum.
I think one of them is 2 times platinum.
Oh my gosh! And I dream about high school football. Dude, are you kidding me right now? You're so funny, bro.
You're
so funny. I want to be your friend.
It's funny. You got to remember too, when I was on Atlantic, all of my peers were selling, at least 5 million, and so we were like back of the pack, like barely 500,000 million.
It's crazy to think of, like double platinum.
Yeah, no, I know it's crazy to think that a 500,000 seller, and they're like, ugh, and the Hootie guys, I remember they sent me this huge plaque when their record crossed 10 million. I mean, it's like bigger than an 80-inch TV. It's huge. It's this giant thing, and I'm like, fuck you guys. I mean, it was a nice thing to do, but it was kind of rubbing it in a little bit. I mean, right? Oh my word! They sent me a 10 million, like, just in case you were keeping score there, fathead. We just crossed 10 million. Where's your record? Oh, it went aluminum.
I'm gonna make you one now that's made out of just sheets of aluminum.
Oh my god!
And send it to your house, bro. Oh my gosh! All right, so where did you grow up?
Greenville, South Carolina. So back to the thing. Cool. So Greenville, and I had a hard time reading and writing, and back then the only thing they knew to do is I used to have to go to this place called the Speech Hearing and Learning Center, and I remember this poor woman, Madge Connor. I remember her name still, this poor woman. I'm trauma bonded. They would just make me sit there and just do writing exercises just just over and over and over again, just beat it out of you. So I would finish grade school at 3 p.m. and then have to drive to this other school for another 3 hours of just, and so I've figured out that if I was singing in a performance and there was practice, that I wouldn't have to go to the thing and do the horrible writing exercises. So immediately little theater or whatever I could get to where I'm singing instead of writing horribly, that was the thing. And so music became sort of the escape. And then, the adults seem to like it when you're singing, and they clearly don't like it when you're writing. So let's do the singing. And that was the first sort of moment where music sort of rescued me. And
that's awesome.
And that was sort of a lot of kids' experience, especially in the South, because church choir is kind of like free daycare. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Dude, I gotta say.
Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. You know what I'm talking about.
I gotta
church
say,
choir.
I'm sorry to interrupt, dude. If you wanted to stop doing music and just start doing comedy, you would fucking crush it. I'm dying over here.
I'm not. I've gotten to be really good friends with Jason Banks and Whitney Cummings, and I just was with Cedric a little while ago, and I'm like, man, I gotta go try this. But I know how bad it'll be if you go up there and you suck and you just have to get.
But you know what? You should start. So tomorrow night you're performing at the Troubadour, and this will be posted after that for sure. But if I don't hear that you went up on stage and after you finish your song and you just say, "I'm dyslexic as fuck," you guys have no idea how hard it was to learn these words.
No, well, actually,
I will lose my fucking mind. And Rod, I want you to take a clip. You better say this because we're going to put it into this podcast right here. Thank you. Oh yeah, please.
So there's so many people sitting in on this gig, and there's so many songs to learn, and I was starting to like sweat it, and then I was like, "What am I doing?" Called up and got a teleprompter. I'm too old for this. Like, and I used to make fun of Sting for having a teleprompter when I was 25, and now I'm like, okay, I totally get it now. Sorry, Gordon. You can have a teleprompter. Yeah, have a teleprompter.
Do you perform with Sting?
No.
Bit my tongue hard.
No, I got invited to his castle to do like a songwriting thing.
Kessel?
Yeah, his manager, Miles Copeland, sent out this invitation. It was like this writing retreat to go write at Sting's place in Italy or whatever it was. And I was like,
casual.
Of course, let's do that. And then it turned out that they, like, whatever gets written, they own all the publishing for. And I was like, yeah, no. And no thanks. But I do actually have a pretty funny Sting moment. So,
other than the castle, I love it.
No.
Go ahead.
So I was driving my kids and my wife in the bus. I was taking our bus. I was taking them to camp in Maine. So we were taking the bus and the trip. And so I'm up front driving the bus, and we're listening to Sting Pandora. And my wife's sitting next to me in the jump seat, and Sting's, whatever song, And then all of a sudden, one of my songs comes on. Sting Pandora. And I was like, you hear that? And she's like, what is that doing on here? I was like, I don't know. And then some more Sting songs are on, and then another one of my songs comes up, and these are like deep cuts too, like crazy. Like I'm like, Sting's curating the channel. And I was like, awesome. Pretty soon we're going to be in Tuscany with Sting and Trudy. Whoa. And so I'm just going on and on. I'm like this whole imaginary thing. Sting, stingity, sting, sting, sting. I'm just making up like all these like scenarios where we're hanging out with Sting.
What was your dream scenario?
So then it turns out I'm like looking a little closer. It wasn't Pandora at all. It was just my phone scrolling songs.
I gotta go. I can't with you, bro.
And so my wife gets up and goes in the back, and I'm just sitting
How high were you?
I wasn't. I was just sitting there. And I was just sitting there driving the bus now, like,
oh.
And then she comes up and she goes, "Are you okay?" I go, I miss Sting.
I feel like we need to get
We
you
went from being like this to like, I don't know, he doesn't even know me now.
I want to get you the Edwin show, and it's just an animated series where it's just all your dreams.
Stupid.
It's just
Oh God, are you kidding me? The insane stuff that I dream every night. Oh my gosh.
that is so rich, dude. You really need a show. I swear.
I wish. Yeah,
Why
no,
not?
it'd be
Let's do
great to get all the cobwebs out of the brain.
They're so good, bro. You're so. This guy is a dreamer, and it's incredible because like you're dreaming about all these things, and you've lived millions upon millions of people's dreams.
It's been crazy, and I'll tell you that it's going by fast.
Yeah.
It's going by like. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You
I
look
got
like
bald as fuck.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're 28.
I'm 28, man.
Hey,
You have such good hair.
you kids. So, in all honesty, too, I 30 seconds ago I was 28. I mean,
Yeah.
it feels, and everybody said that, but it's going by so fast, and I don't feel like I was everybody's little brother. So we were opening for the Allman Brothers, and we were the young kids on tour, and I was opening for Bob Weir, and we were like a jammy band, and then you have a song on the radio, and now you can't be with the jam bands anymore because as soon as you have any kind of commercial success, you are out. And just ask John Popper about that. And so it was really strange to go from being the little brother to all these bands to now all of a sudden I'm on these gigs and I'm like, oh crap, I'm the oldest one here.
Yeah, well, you're just on The Masked Singer.
Dude, I was the oldest person on that show. I'm like, I'm like walking around. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, all right, don't. And everybody's like, oh, help Peepaw up the stairs. Yeah, no, I don't feel any different. But I do have to acknowledge all this time that's gone by, but the other part of this is I wouldn't change a lick of it, right?
Yeah.
If I have any regrets, I don't remember them.
That is honestly what a great life. I want to be like you someday, Edwin. I really do. What's your next dream? What's like like career-wise?
I'm on kind of a 5-year clock right now because a
Cool.
lot of the guys in my band and crew are older than me, and I think they're ready to retire. And I've loved being in the same band for 30 years, 35 years, and we have a lot of the same people. We've been together a long time, so I don't know that I want to do it with anybody else, right? So I love this new world where really authentic people are finding an audience for that reason, right? And that was what I didn't like about the music business before, because everybody was sort of, you had to build this mystery, and
Right.
I remember one time they picked me up from the airport, the Atlantic people, and they were like, "Okay, listen. Your song is number 5 in the country, and we're taking you to Barney's." And I was like, "What kind of food do they have?" They're like, "No, we have to put clothes on you because you dress like a farmer." And I was like, "That's okay, fair enough." And like next thing you know, I'm in like suits and all this stuff, and I'm like, "How much does this suit cost?" They're like, $5,000. I was like, no, it doesn't. I was like, $5,000 has an engine and brakes and like an insurance policy. What? So, I kind of went along with it, but I hated it. Yeah. And now the way the entertainment industry is now, everybody just, the most important thing is that you're just being yourself, right? You're literally being yourself, and that is the premium is placed on that, and I can get next to that.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that was there. You're not trying to obscure anything. You're just telling your truth. I don't know that, and I give credit to your generation because y'all have like peeled back the curtain because all the other stuff is useless, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the politics has gone away quite a bit due to the social media presence of you don't have to sign anywhere. You can do it all on your own. And it's honestly kind of incredible that it's like you can have a literal TV show live on YouTube and make 7 figures monthly, and it's all yours. You don't have to, you're the boss. And it's just like, but I think the best part of the social media era is that you get to have fun. Like, it's so fun to hear your stories and hear a multi-platinum award-winning artist just sitting right here before me, just telling me that you dream about high school football on a regular basis. Like, that's the stuff that you're talking about. It's like, and that you're a human being. I do feel that when you think of, like, celebrity from the previous generations, you don't think of them as a human being. You think of them as this success object of, oh my gosh, Stan Lee was so successful, I want to be like Stan Lee someday, without seeing maybe necessarily like the human side of, like, you know, on social media, I can pull out my phone and be like, man, I'm just having a rough day. And there might be 200,000 people in the live stream while I'm just talking like that, you know? It's like, that's mind-blowing, because there's a lot of people who are doing it who just don't grasp the idea of 200,000 people. That would take up all of this Hollywood Boulevard strip right here. Twice.
I was saying this earlier because I've seen a lot of content creators and musicians that are burnt out, they're struggling with it because it's like, well, I have to create this music, but then I also have to promote, and I have to do all this stuff, and you can feel that they've amplified this sort of imaginary pressure on themselves without the context of knowing what we used to do. Because I'm sitting there going, man, are you kidding me? If I could have put a camera up and had 150 people watch me sing my songs, like, dude, you know how hard it was to get 150 people to come to a club in Charleston, South Carolina on a Wednesday night? Like, I'd be all day just like stapling up posters on telephone poles all day, and maybe you get 150 people to show up. And the ability to reach people is astonishing. The trick is, and this is what I say all the time, is that you don't get that feedback because you're just sort of throwing it out there into the world, and the way that you get the feedback is likes and clicks and whatever. But if you really want to learn how to do this as a musician, just go out there and open up your guitar case and start playing to the random people on the street, because that'll thicken your skin up real quick, you know.
Did you do that?
Oh yeah, I was a busker.
When did you come? How old were you when you came to Hollywood? Like L.A.
So the first time we came to L.A.,
like, were you busking?
No. I was in Charleston, South Carolina. That? But I put in my 10,000 hours on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina.
Oh, cool.
So I would play 10 shows a week. I used to play behind the Holiday Inn at this place called the Tiki Hut. I'd play and all the gigs were 4 hours long. And so on Saturdays, I would go 12 to 4 at the Tiki Hut, 6 to 10 at this other place called Sneakers, and then 10:30 to 1:30 at Zach's. And then I would have a daily gig at Wild Wings or whatever. And I played 10 shows a week, and you're playing for tourists, and they're not there to see you. So if you can figure out how to entertain people that aren't there to see you, that's the beginning of how to learn how to do this. And then also, you really start to learn how to love all of it, right? And so even now, so I drive our bus most of the time. We have a driver sometimes, but most of the time I'm driving the bus and, you know, changing the generator oil and doing all the stuff. And
no way.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm a wrench turner. Save money. 100%.
That's awesome.
100%. And so if you're not willing to love all of it, you shouldn't do it. Like, if all you like is the show, forget it. Yeah. Because you have to love the whole thing.
The journey.
It's all, and you have to, plus all the people too. So again, like the people that populate entertainment world are all pretty interesting, and especially in the music lane, everybody's got pretty wicked senses of humor, and so and this is something my wife has to remind me of, like when we're going to people's houses for dinner. She'll go, listen, tour bus funny is not dinner party funny.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
She's
Good
watching
point.
out for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
That's really the only reason I have stationery with my name on it. It's like, dear Mrs. So-and-so, I apologize for telling the stripper in Dallas story. That wasn't appropriate for the junior league event.
Oh, no. Oh, it's so good. Your wife is your guardian angel.
Well,
right?
yeah, we knew each other in high school, since that poor woman's heard everything
Oh.
I have to say.
Did you date in high school?
No.
Oh, when did y'all get together?
It was kind of, we were actually, I was playing with the Allman Brothers at the Memorial Auditorium, and she showed up backstage with a drummer friend of mine. And we were, sort of reintroduced. And I jokingly went in the dressing room. I was like, you see that girl out there? I'm going to marry that girl, like joking around. And sure enough, I floated that into the ether, and I guess that's what happened.
You manifested it.
There it is. I made that happen. 3 kids later, here we are.
It's so funny that it's like you're living literally the dream. Everything I'm hearing is this was a dream come true. This was a dream come true. But man, high school fucking football, bro. I'm not gonna stop busting your chops about that. I'm sorry. I'm so mind blown.
So this is the worst part about it too. I sucked in high school football. like I don't know why I dream about it. This is the classic moment. For some reason, they put me in at outside linebacker, and I probably weighed 140 pounds soaking wet back then. I was tiny.
Oh.
And my jersey might as well have said welcome on it. You know what I mean? And so we were playing this team, and quarterback drops back. I drop into the flat. He doesn't see me and just throws the ball right to me. And all I had was sideline all the way to the end zone. And I'm running as fast as I can. In my head, I'm already doing a touchdown dance, right? Like just streaking down the sideline. This quarterback that threw that interception ran me down like a cheetah and hit me so hard, I ended up on the track.
Oh, holy shit.
And I still have dreams about wanting to play football. And I remember I was getting up off the track, and I was like, I don't think I'm playing college football.
Oh, no.
I don't think I'm going to get any offers.
Just the dream was shattered right then and there, dude. But I love that that's what you dream about,
But it's so
bro.
funny, though, because my football team in high school, we had 19 kids on the team. Everybody played both ways. I mean, it was stupid. I mean, it was tiny, this tiny little school. I mean, just the ridiculousness of my ego that still floods my dreams with football dreams. It's just, it makes me laugh.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Who knew?
And here you are, multi-platinum, but still dreaming about football.
Still dreaming about football. I mean, and I don't, I should have, none of my platinum plaques are hung up anywhere.
Stop it.
No, I don't, I've never.
Edwin.
I don't look back.
I'm getting you a life coach.
I know.
To help you hone in on the dreams to focus
I
on.
I know, and it's funny because
High school football, bro.
I literally, I've never really stopped to absorb what's happened in my career, and I've even, in a weird way, like I've turned down, like awards and stuff, and I never, and I started to feel bad about that, but Hal Ketchum was the same way.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I'm not being obstinate about it. I just don't feel the same way about, and I don't want to impugn anybody's acceptance of sitting here next to the statue.
Yeah.
But what
Only
I mean,
the crotch is actually in frame, though, just so you know. So people are kind of confused about it.
what I mean to say about anything about it all is that I feel a lot of times I feel like you're giving credit to the lightning rod for the lightning.
Mm-mm.
And I love being a part of it. And I don't like thinking of myself as the genesis. I like to think of we're all participating in this together.
Yeah.
And I guess that's my reluctance to sort of be in the larger industry. And I was terrible at it. And mercifully, Jason Flom, who was the president of Atlantic, he knew that I didn't like it. I didn't like the big label thing. And he helped me get back to being indie and doing my little thing, and just and that's where I've been for 15 years, just playing my little shows. And to me, I felt like everybody kind of knew where I was, but to the general public, I've been in the witness protection program, right? You know, like everybody's like, where you been? Like, are you still playing shows? Yeah, I've been playing shows this whole time.
Yeah.
But I haven't been part of the entertainment industry. And in the last couple of years, it was like, all right, well, maybe we should, now that it's changed, and TikTok was a big thing about it. I mean, if I'm being honest, like TikTok was that was a pandemic thing. I was like, we're bored in the house.
Yeah.
And then, you know, all these people showed up like, where you been? I was like, I've been here this whole time. Like, but I, you know, and I love this new entertainment industry. It's like, this interview would have taken 100 emails and,
I know.
You know, all the people and you know what I'm saying? And now it's just like a couple of texts and I'm here.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe, and we didn't even text. It was my good buddy Rod. Rod, come on here and say hi.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Here.
So but that's the way this works now.
Yeah.
We just get it done. And I like that. I love that.
I do too. It's all instant gratification today, right? Say hi, Rod.
And
Hi.
everybody.
That's Rod, everybody.
Everybody needs. Everybody
we love you, Rod.
Everybody needs to. This is how you know Rod.
Yeah.
Does anybody,
Rod does a huge series. Can we put that in right here?
Does anybody remember the time
Does anyone remember the time
that Amy Grant
when Alanis Morissette
used 2 key modulations in the same song?
and then she talked about Jagged
It's so
Little Pill.
comforting. It's so
It's
comforting.
very soothing.
So I want to hear this a little bit more. So
Sure.
the SpongeBob thing, because I'm just thinking all of a sudden. So here's the deal: my whole life has been like, if it's not an adventure, I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's kind of what you're doing all the time. Like you're like what adventure are we going?
It's like having fun and making people laugh. My whole thing is let's smile and forget about the world for a while. And that's why I started doing social media in the first place, because it was pandemic and like the world was falling apart, it seems. And I was like, all right, like if I'm depressed, and I'm never depressed.
Yeah.
The rest of the world must be falling completely the fuck apart.
Yeah, oh my
and so
God.
I was like, all right, it's my duty to make people laugh, or at least do my best attempt to try and make as many people laugh as I possibly could. And, you know, it started out with like, yeah, if this goes in, and then I exploded spoiled milk on myself accidentally, and I was doing a science experiment, it became one of the biggest internet memes ever, and you know, and that landed on ESPN, SportsCenter, and MTV, and Fox's Right This Minute, and like a million TV shows. And I still wasn't making a penny at that point because none of the platforms were paying. It was like, all right, I have $7,000 in my name, and I have a $5,000 credit limit. I was like, I'm just gonna spend every penny I have to make people laugh, buying rubber bands, getting tattooed, traveling to make these videos, whatever it took. I was like, I'm going to make people laugh. And that's kind of my goal even to this day, is that it's like a lot of people want to be famous, a lot of people want to be a content creator or influencer, whatever they want to call it, and they want to make bag and they want to make money and to be famous. To me, it's like I just want to make people laugh. I want to make people feel something and compel them so hard that they just forgot that they were a human being because they just saw me wax my entire body and just started screaming, laughing because they saw it. And I'll be singing your song or something. 'Cause I'll And I just like lose my fucking mind. Like it's so horrifically painful too. Like people think that it's fake, and it's like, no, I'm really waxing myself and totally incorrect.
You're hairy.
Like
let's not mince words here, because you waxed. Oh
yeah, it's my most viral video. It's about to hit 1 billion views. Let me show you this. Let me see. Ron literally lives up the street from us in Glendale, and he'd be walking towards our house, and I mean, like, he's a block and a half, 2 blocks down the street, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's Nathan waxing again. Oh yeah, bloody murder. I mean, look at this thing.
There's a video where it zooms into my house.
Yeah.
So when
Bro, we need to get you a microphone. I'm so sorry, bro. Anyway.
Hey, let me see.
Here you go.
Let's see the waxing. Oh,
what just happened? Sorry.
you just accidentally showed me how much money that video's making. Oh my God.
941.8 million.
941 million views.
I think in like 100 more days it'll hit 1 billion.
That's
just
unbelievable.
For 17 seconds of me just pure pain and agony, waxing my leg or something. There's my girlfriend pulling it off. Yeah.
There's a waxing place right down there.
We should go. You want to wax?
Yeah, I'll wax.
You want to do a video?
Yeah,
We can wax
$1 billion for waxing? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm up for any of that.
We'll be like, come see the tour dates, and we'll just put them on the screen. Yeah, we can do that. Why don't we do that right now? Tour dates. Pah! There we go, on the screen. I love it. Dude, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come in and hang out. I feel like we need to do a part 2 interview for sure. I feel like we really were just kind of getting started with your journey, and we kind of it's all over time.
There's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to go, and we can do as many parts as you want to, and adventures.
Let's do it.
Anything. I mean, honestly, have you ever flown in a glider?
I will never do that. You cannot pay me.
No, you will. We're gonna go to Arizona.
People try to pay me to talk to them, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
We're gonna go. You're gonna love this. It's really amazing. A friend of mine runs a glider port, and I learned how to fly. Yeah, you are. You're listen to your elders.
Okay,
listen,
fine. I'm going.
We're gonna go. Listen, he's an aerobatic glider pilot. It's the most fun you're ever gonna have.
Flips?
Yeah. The whole thing. No
Can I
engine.
just watch from down here.
No, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be fantastic. If ripping a little bit of hair off your leg got 1 billion views,
I'm scared of heights.
you barfing in a glider.
Oh, I'm
You'll
not gonna
be
barf.
immortal.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
You'll be immortal. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna straight down drop. Just for
we're
me.
gonna have a good time. And I have a friend. So did you see the movie Red Dawn?
That sounds familiar.
Do you remember that? It's like
I must have.
80s era. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was born in 96.
We're gonna have a whole new show called Lil Buddy. And I'm gonna take you, and we're gonna go have some adventures, little buddy, because I already did them, and now you have to.
I feel like you need a TV show. You need
and I are gonna do this shit together.
let's do
It's
it.
gonna be so much fun.
Fuck it, let's go.
Yes.
You want to go tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
thank you so much. I appreciate you, Edwin.
Thank you.
Check out the concert dates right here for Edwin, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.